It's been really exciting to follow all these new AI advancements. ChatGPT growing to 1 million users in 5 days, OpenAI getting these huge models, and this AI war basically starting between all these large companies that are trying to grow their market share. It's really exciting, and we're definitely seeing a new paradigm shift happen right before us. But on another hand, it has me thinking about how much we're going to integrate AI into our lives and if it's going to basically find its way into every vertical that it possibly can. I don't necessarily know if that's the way that things need to be, or at least the way that things are progressing. It seems as though people may look to integrate AI everywhere as a solution, or thinking that it's just going to solve every problem without thinking about other solutions that may actually do a better job at solving that problem or can work with AI to more efficiently solve the problem. I think on top of that, there's a lot more that goes into thinking about what these interfaces look like beyond chat, how this integrates with other apps, how the user has control over, what in the model is theirs, how much like privacy is there. I think there's this larger conversation to be had about how we're integrating things before moving so quickly to integrate it into every single vertical of our lives. And at the speed at which it's integrating, it seems as though we're going to, live in this hyper AI virtualized world where you have free-form displays everywhere and little assistants helping you out with things. And I think that there can be a world where AI has a larger role in our lives, but in terms of some sort of visual overlay on society, I don't necessarily know if that's the world that I want to live in. Sure, it looks cool in the movies, or seeing Iron Man with all the little dashboard overlays in his life, but I personally like the real world and nature, and don't want to have some little thing on top of it that I need to rely on. I mean, sure, you can make the case that we're already relying on our phones, or whatever the case may be, but I think there's a better way to think about principles and ways that we've previously done things, or just thought about laying out things, and that we can use that to find a solution that makes more sense for everyone, instead of just jumping the gun and thinking that when you add AI to a product or solution, it's just automatically going to solve every problem. I know that right now it seems like this magical black box where you just input text or a task and it does everything. And there are new things being done every day. There's Auto GPT, which is blowing everyone's mind. There are Chat GPT plugins. There's offline stuff you can do. There are all these new kinds of models and agents and vector databases. It is an exciting space. I don't want to underplay that. But in terms of a world where we have a visual overlay, a world where we're not really thinking about principles, I don't know if that's something that I personally want to be a part of. When I was first starting to think about tech principles in my life, this was in 2016, 17, 18. Big tech was really getting scrutinized for what they were doing with user data, and also for their product development. It seemed as though there was a lack of enthusiasm, and people were kind of just pushing buttons, and all these A/B tests and everything that large companies were doing were just to help them turn a profit, and not to help you save time or more efficiently get a task done. And this was disheartening to me. And so I started to learn a lot about these different principles, and especially about humane design, learning about the Center for Humane Technology, the social dilemma, Jeff and Asa Raskin. And I can't say I've been perfect with any of that, but it's been something that I've tried to research and think about as I've done all of these different projects. And again, I'm not saying that everyone isn't thinking about these things, but it seems as though it's something that we're really missing out on overall, that we need to get back to principles, and really think about how this is going to be integrated in our lives at a whole.